Actually, it's been 13 years since Scream Factory started. I remember seeing an announcement. I wasn't sure if it's in horror. I think it was in Horror Hound magazine talking about the upcoming Scream Factory release that Show Factory was doing a sub-label, and it got my attention immediately. See, they didn't just announce that they're doing a sub-label. They announced that the first two releases were going to be things that would be very important to me. For anybody that's watched this channel for any length of time, you know that I'm one of the ultimate Halloween fans. I think me and Piswell are two of the biggest on here. And these were the first two announcements. They're going to put Halloween 2 and Halloween 3. Two favorites of mine and two that I watched over and over again. Each of these were going to have loads of special features. We'd have TV cuts on here for Halloween 2. We'd get 2-disc sets and commentaries and documentaries. Needless to say, these things will be loaded, and if you want, you can feel free to pause to see what exactly was on the very first two releases. And because I'm, one of those type collectors, I still have my Silver Sunbox sticker on here, 30th anniversary, and the famous yellow sticker from Halloween 2. I bought both these at my local Best Buy on the day that they were released in Canada. My love affair with Scream Factory had started. Because you see, Scream Factory, when Scream Factory came about, was one of those companies that I felt truly got and was releasing exactly the type of stuff that I wished companies were releasing all along. So, in this quick little video here, we're going to look at some of my favorite Scream Factory releases, talk about my history with Scream Factory, and if you're a patron or a member, there's a bonus video coming up to this one where I'm going to dive into Scream Factory box sets and a bunch of more really personal releases for me that I extremely love. So, but with that being said, let's look at the history of Scream Factory with what I consider to be 10 of the most important releases that Scream Factory put out over the years, and we've already seen 2 of them, so there's 8 more to go. Early on in the life of Scream Factory, I was such a big fan that I remember I was on my way to my first trip to Morocco, and I was getting ready to go, and The Howling had come out, and I went around to almost like every store, and almost everywhere was sold out. Then I went to my final store, and they had 2 copies, one Blu-ray and one DVD. So The Howling was in the early years of Scream Factory, and at that time, the Scream Factory titles would have a let's see what titles, but a big banner right here, big blue banner that would say like the collector's edition. So I like the artwork for The Howling so much that I bypassed the Blu-ray to pick up the DVD edition just so I could have this incredible artwork in a kind of a larger glory with no big blue banner on top of it. I was a diehard for Scream Factory, and I love their stuff, whether it be Blu-ray or DVD. They loaded them with special features, obviously things like Horrors, Hallowed Grounds, documentaries, commentaries. Also, they were putting out the movies of my youth, the stuff that I liked, the stuff I grew up with. My favorites. And here are 8 releases that I think that I completely love, but also that I think were very important over the years for Scream Factory. And that starts off with this one right here. And this is Troll and Troll 2. This isn't even a double feature. Won't be the only double feature on here. What's cool about this one did get kind of a re-release later on, I think. I wasn't sure if it's a 4K or not. But as you can see, I keep the stickers. Also includes Best Worst Movie. And eventually it didn't. But my edition does include the documentary Best Worst Movie, which is there on DVD format. And is absolutely fantastic, by the way. It's an amazing documentary. And I love Troll and Troll 2. 2 incredible releases. On here with the 3rd incredible documentary. This is number 8. All right, so before we get to number 7, I want to let you know that you're going to hear some cat meowing in the background during this video. And there's a reason for that. So if you've ever watched Price is Right, back in the day when Bob Barker was hosting it, we'd always, at the end of each show, say, have your cat spayed or neutered, to help control the pet population. And we'd do that for all of our kitty cats. Unfortunately, the one that's in here now, she's in the middle of heat. And you usually want to get your cats spayed or neutered either before or after they go into heat. So we got to wait a few more days before we can get that done. So you might hear some of that. Just heads up. All right, in 7th place is one that I've been wanting for a long time. And I did not think we were going to get this one available. It's a Graydon Clark film, actually. And if you know Graydon Clark, he was an actor that became a director. And it's Without Warning. If you haven't seen this one, it's actually a really good film. Martin Landau was in this one. We got Jack Palance, Dave Caruso, Cameron Mitchell, and the guy playing the alien. Well, he would play a slightly more famous alien when, in the movie Predator. But here it's very cool, and it kind of reminds me. See if you can get the resemblance. There's an episode of Star Trek with this with Clint Howard. And there's this alien creature, this tall alien creature in that episode of Clint Howard. It's a kid, Clint Howard. That kind of reminds me as a resemblance to right here. So just some really cool stuff. And this here is number 7. In 6th place is a double feature. And not just any double feature, but an extremely cool one because we got to see a movie uncut. And the releases for this film have often been cut. But the 2 portmanteau films, not just any portmanteau films, anthology, that would be coming from some of the greatest comic books, horror comics ever made. The Tales from the Crypt, EC horror comic line, whether it be Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, or some of the other titles. But the movies were called Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror. These are some of the best anthology films ever made, with some of the greatest casts that you will ever see in any anthology film. In Tales from the Crypt, we have Joan Collins is amazing. The first story, Patrick McGee. We've got Ralph Richardson as the Crypt Keeper. Directed by Freddie Francis. Peter Cushing's in this one too. I think this Peter Cushing is a heartbreaking story actually, but it's really good. This is followed up with Vault of Horror, which has quite a few references to Tales from the Crypt within here as well, if you're an eagle-eyed viewer. And again, we have some amazing cast members. Tom Baker from Doctor Who. We got Denholm Elliott, Kurt Jurgens, Michael Craig. It's just an incredible one. And if you've never seen it, I recommend it because this is one that has the uncut version. Often for this one here, when you get to the end of the film, rather than show, they'd still frame it. And this includes it in both the unrated and theatrical versions. And it includes an open matte version of this release as well, which is really cool to see. In 6th place is another double feature. I love me some double features. And it's the double feature that I really think started it all. Really helped it get the double features going. It's the TerrorVision Video Dead double feature. This really epitomized early Scream Factory, what they were. They were putting out releases that were oftentimes cult releases that were in the video stores that when I was younger I'd see, whether it be stuff like TerrorVision or the Video Dead. Maybe titles I didn't pick up, but it always caught my eye that I almost picked up. And these are 2 great ones. TerrorVision is an amazing soundtrack, great cast. Video Dead is so much fun, so much better than I expected it to be. Because when I got to this one, I'll be honest with you, I'd seen this in the store so many times, and I thought the cover was so incredible that I thought, nothing can live up to this cover, right? So I didn't pick it up for the longest time, didn't watch it. So I got to finally sit down and watch it when the Scream Factory edition came out. I actually really enjoyed it. It's a low budgeter, but it's a really fun low budgeter. And unlike latter double features by Scream Factory, look at the features on this. Just incredible stuff. We're down to my top 4. Before we do that, though, I have to have a little of my hot chocolate. These are the movies of my youth. The ones I keep going back to and watching over and over again. Anyway, enough of that. In fourth place is a favorite of mine by Jack Shoulder, who would go on to direct Nightmare on Elm Street 2 and also directed the incredible film The Hidden. But this is Alone in the Dark. I absolutely adore this film. This has a fantastic cast. We got Jack Palance, Donald Pleasence, Michael Landau, Dwight Schultz from the A-Team. It is a really, really good release. Produced by Robert Shea, who would, obviously produce him when he did the Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge as well. This one is really good. And there's kind of a sort of a Jason-esque thing here. There's a little bit of a mystery with a character known as the Bleeder. And this is not a slasher film, this is a thriller. And that's really important to know going in, because some people get slightly disappointed with this when they don't know exactly what it is, or when they expect something else. But Alone in the Dark is a thriller much in the way that Fade to Black is a thriller. In third place, this is a very personal one for me, because it is Terror Train. And yes, I do still have that original sticker. I know some people don't care. Some people are diehard on these things. Some people don't give a damn. It's weird. I'm not